Well, guys, I am back. I am back to talk about the ABC family deal with Disney and all that, and their way of selling it, because they've been talking about selling ABC. I'm also going to be talking about Disney's new cruise ship. I'm also going to be talking about a bear that appeared in Disney World. So I'm going to be talking about a lot of things in this video. Now you guys know the drill. If you guys want to be notified for future videos, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out a lot. It really would. Yes, it would, because, we're so close to 300 subs. We really are. And honestly, I'm going to say this right now. I'm going to go ahead and get into the video and say this, that Disney has not really had a lot of good news lately. They have not. Well, actually, the last couple of years have not been very good for Disney. They've not been very good and all that, and they've been talking about being forced to sell off like ABC and all that. So ABC. Now ABC is actually interesting because they've actually owned ABC for a long time. They've owned this station since they owned this station since they acquired it back in 1996. So they've owned this for a long time. They owned this for a while. So they've owned ABC for a while. And I gotta say they're the fact that they're actually they're being forced to sell something like this. This is just crazy. It's just crazy, and all that. Now, I gotta say this. There was someone that was offering $10 billion for this, FX, and National Geographic. And I don't know if there was any other channels, but those three I know were this guy was offering Disney $10 billion for. However, the deal may be down. I haven't heard if this guy actually decided to back down on it or not. But I think the deal probably might be down now. He might not want to buy this stuff now because the crap Disney wants to freaking sell from ABC. I don't know about FX and National Geographic, but I do know that ABC Family, the crap that Disney wants to sell is all the shitty stuff about ABC Family. So like the news stuff and all that. They want to sell that, but they want to keep I think they're going to find a way to keep the sports and all that, and possibly a lot of the channel and all that, they're going to keep like that. So it feels like they're not going to sell all the good stuff, making ABC worthless to buy. Now, in my opinion, I don't really know why they would sell this, honestly. I know ABC Family is not doing very good. Honestly, everything freaking Disney has bought at this point is freaking in the gutters. The only thing that's still at least decent, I would say, is probably Pixar. And Pixar, honestly, at this point, is not as good as it used to be either. A lot of people are saying that Elemental is good. Pixar is saved and all that. Honestly, Elemental, it was okay. I still don't think it was as good as like the earlier Pixar movies and all that. I still think it was very dull at times, and it was still a decent movie. We were actually gonna watch it at this kid's birthday party that my mother's friend had, but we never got to it because it rained. It was raining at the house, so we never got to watch it. Now, I told you guys I despised Lightyear. Lightyear was probably the worst Pixar movie I ever seen, honestly. Now, when it comes to Elemental, that movie was much better. I still don't think it was great. I still think it was the romance part kind of felt forced and all that. Like it's not as good as like WALL-E and stuff. But it was still good. Like it was still good. And a lot of people are saying it's Pixar's first like they say it's Pixar's first attempt at a romance movie. Well, they kind of did this with WALL-E. They had a romance movie with WALL-E. I think people just overlook it because they throw the humans in there and all that. But it was still technically a romance movie. It was about this robot named WALL-E who falls in love with Eve and all that, and it's basically it's kind of a romance movie. Now it's not like a super romance movie, but that's kind of all that I felt like Elemental was. It was just a romance movie, but it was still decent. But the thing is, though, is it's still not as good as it still ain't like getting people's attention and all that. So Pixar's still going downhill, and I know that they say they made a lot of money on it. Like they say they made like $300 million on it. But I have a hard time believing that because freaking no one talked about it. No one's really talked about Elemental. No one's talked about it. Heck, I've talked to a lot of people that haven't even seen the movie. So I have a really hard time believing that actually made the money that it said it did. It still didn't make all of it back that I think it was supposed to, but to go even, but I don't know, but yeah, right now though, I don't want to talk about Pixar. I'm going to talk about the stuff that they're actually selling. I just wanted to bring that up because Pixar's not doing good either, but it's not doing as bad. But Disney's talking about, like I said, selling off like assets from like ABC Family, FX, and National Geographic. But again, I feel like it's worthless if the people are just gonna get the news stuff and all that. They just need to sell off the whole thing. I mean, I can understand maybe keeping the sports side, but it doesn't feel like they're just wanting to keep the sports side of ABC. It feels like they're also wanting to keep the channels and all that, and they want to just sell off the crappy stuff, like the news stuff and all that. Like, no one's gonna want to buy that. Like, well, I mean, people might buy it, but they're not gonna want to spend $10 billion, on a freaking channel that they only get like the crappy stuff and not the good stuff, And anywho, I don't know why I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know why they would sell ABC out of all of them, because like I was saying, I mean, I can understand, like I said, like selling like FX or something, but ABC, that's one of the, I mean, it's not like as good as it used to be. Like I was mentioning, like it's like Pixar and all that. Everything that Disney bought has gone to the gutters. But ABC Family has been around the company for such a long time, And I feel like out of everything they would sell, that would be one of the last things I would think they would want to sell. What I think they should sell is freaking Lucasfilm. They need to sell Lucasfilm because they have no idea what the hell they're doing with that. They don't know what they're doing with that. I heard the Ahsoka show is all right. I hear people are saying it's not bad. I haven't seen it because honestly, I'm kind of burnt out on Star Wars at this point. I'm kind of burnt out on it. Because a lot of the crap I've been hearing they've been doing with like the merchandise and crap like that is ridiculous. Like they changed some Boba Fett ship for no reason and all that. It's just like I said. It sucks and all that. And the crap is not as cheap as it used to be when it was under George Lucas. A lot of the stuff is very expensive now if you want to buy the Star Wars merchandise. I mean, I can say a lot of stuff is expensive now, but a lot of this stuff got expensive when Disney bought it, When they bought it, it got expensive. So yeah, but basically, yeah, they're doing stupid stuff like that. Their shows are not doing very good. Not a lot of them, actually, most of them have actually been failures. The Obi-Wan show, the Book of Boba Fett show, those have been bad. I mean, Andor, I actually hear that show was good, but no one watched it. No one watched it. And like, and then you got The Mandalorian, which was actually a good show. Then they freaking turn around and freaking screw it up with season 3. That's the thing. I'm worried they might do that with Ahsoka too. They might screw up Ahsoka too. I don't know. I don't know much about Ahsoka, because like I said, at this point, I'm just kind of burnt out in Star Wars and all that. But I feel like a lot of people were kind of mixed when they heard they were announcing Ahsoka and all that. But I don't know. But the fact that most of their crap has been, like failures, and then we got Indiana Jones and all that, that movie was a freaking bomb. That movie was bad. Like, I hear it was the worst freaking Indiana Jones movie that they ever made. They say it was even worse than Crystal Skull, and a lot of people don't like Crystal Skull. So the fact that, that the Dial of Destiny was even worse, that's bad. That is really bad. So I think they should just sell it off, because there's also, I think I don't remember what the other show was. There was another show, I don't remember or maybe that show I was thinking was Andor. I don't know. I can't keep up, because there was a Star Wars show that like, I think sounded similar. I don't know. But there was a show that they like, it might have been Andor. I might have gotten them mixed up, because there was a popular Star Wars show too that started with the letter A and all that. At this point, there's just so many shows I can't keep track of it. But there was something that it might have been Andor that I was thinking of that was actually a part of Lucasfilm too that also bombed and got taken off Disney Plus and put on another network. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like I said, I don't know why they're selling ABC off when they could sell this off, or they could sell off the FX, because they are talking about doing that. That would be a better idea, because it should be better if they would sell freaking 20th Century Fox in general. Not just FX, but 20th Century Fox in general. Just sell it all off. Maybe they could keep some of the, the Marvel stuff. That way they have all the Marvel movies except Spider-Man. Spider-Man is owned by mostly Sony, but they could keep, like, Deadpool and stuff like that, Despite them they might ruin Deadpool, I don't know, because there is a Deadpool 3 coming out. I haven't heard much about it, but, because they had to, I think they pushed it ahead, they pushed it back because of, because of the writer strikes, but, they could keep Deadpool, the X-Men franchise and stuff, but they could sell off the rest of 20th Century Fox, because honestly, they're not getting a lot of money off the movies they've been making. A lot of them have been freaking bombs. A lot of them have been bombs. Like the new Ice Age movie, no one liked it. Then they have, the Diary of Wimpy Kid movies that are just remade with CGI. Yeah, they're basically just remakes. They're freaky. They sound boring, and they look boring, and they're just, I hear a lot of people don't like them either. Honestly, I hear some people like them, but it's probably because some people probably didn't see the original Diary of Wimpy Kid movies. Probably don't know they're just knockoffs. I know they're knockoffs though, because I seen some scenes that are on there and all that. That, like the cheese and all that. They show the cheese scene and all that. Now, I have not seen the Diary of Wimpy Kid movies in years, so I can't tell you guys about them, but I can tell you they're probably much better than what Disney has been making, like with the movies. But then we also got, the new Home Alone movie. That's been a bomb. So has the Night in the Museum movie. I looked at it, it's like 2D animated, and I'm glad they made it 2D animated, which is cool. But I hear it's like also a dud too. So a lot of the movies they've been making have been freaking duds. The one studio that they got that was actually good was Blue Sky, which they freaking shut down. So they might as well just sell the freaking company off. They clearly aren't making the money they were hoping for. The only thing that they've been making money on has been, the freaking new Avatar movie, and I still don't think it made the money it did, because it just barely cracked $2 billion. And that was where it was supposed to break even at. So I still think, again, that, like, I know I'm sounding like a repeat record, but I still, like, I'm not gonna stop saying it, because I still think it is I don't believe it actually made $2 billion, because, Disney's been known for hiding their numbers and cheating and all that stuff, so they've actually gotten in trouble like that. I mentioned with Disney Plus, they've gotten in trouble with that before, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did that to make it look like it did well, because a lot of people didn't go to the theaters to see that either, so I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, they could end up selling off just the whole 20th Century Fox thing along with FX and all that, because they don't need it, they're not making their money back for it, and they might as well just sell it off. And then, like, we got National Geographic. Now that one, I could also think they could probably sell it too, because I don't think they own all of National Geographic. I think they own most of it. I don't think they own all of it. I think they got like 80% of it. They don't own all of it. I don't remember who owns the other 20% of it, but I think they don't own all of it. I think it was actually it's actually owned by, some of it's owned by someone else. So unless they have a deal with like Hulu and stuff where they'll eventually just buy it all out. I don't know, but I don't know. I mean, if that case, I mean, they could keep National Geographic, because I mean, there's like animal stuff on there and all that. They do have animal stuff, but you know, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like animals. I like watching stuff like that. But I don't know. I thought they could sell other things off. They could sell other things off besides ABC and all that. I think they should just keep ABC and just sell off all this other crap they don't need, honestly. But I don't know. This is what Disney does. I don't know at this point what they're gonna do. But yeah. But I definitely think they should keep ABC, because one thing that would actually, I mean, that people used to like but don't like anymore is the Oscar stuff. Like every year it's kind of like Nickelodeon's Kids Choice Awards, only it looks very lame and stuff. Honestly, it looks very lame. But like, I hear a lot of people don't like it anymore and all that, because it feels like a lot of the celebrities and stuff, they get these rewards when they don't deserve it and all that. I mean, I could say probably the same thing about Kids' Choice Awards, probably, I don't know, but they at least make it more interesting and all that, so, I don't know, but a lot of people don't like this stuff anymore, because they don't feel like people, deserve it and all that. Like, I mean, I think it was last year, or the year before, I can't remember, Will Smith, smacked him. He ended up smacking, someone, and he still got to keep his reward and all that. He might have got it taken away now. I can't remember, but the fact that he was even able to get it at all after what he did there, like, he shouldn't have even got it. So yeah, I don't know. It's just like I said. It's just like, I mean, but I feel like even if they sell that off, I don't know. It might be a little bit better, but I don't think it's gonna be as good as it used to be, because I mean, even ABC, even though it's owned by Disney, ABC still has, other, people in charge of it too. But I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, but I feel like I've had about enough to say here. I guess there is one more thing I could say, is that this is actually where Bob Iger originated from before he became the CEO of Disney. He was originally part of ABC. So the fact that they would sell that off at all is, it's funny. So that's where it kind of started, and this is where it'll kind of end and all that. It's just kind of, it's kind of funny and all that. But yeah, I just wanted to point that out, because I don't know if a lot of people know that or not, that he was actually, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people probably know, but there's probably people that don't know that he was originally part of ABC and all that. But I don't know, let's go ahead and move on, because I'm getting tired of talking about this. Let's talk about Disney's cruise ship now. Because Disney has a new cruise ship that they, I think they bought it or something, I don't know, I can't keep track of what Disney does anymore when it comes to this stuff. But I think I was reading that they bought this ship and all that. Disney's got like multiple cruise ships, so it's kind of hard to keep track of like which one's which. But I do know, now this might sound strange, but this is actually true. Disney apparently is charging people $100K for to rent a room at a freaking cruise ship. Yes, $100K to rent a room at Disney's cruise ship. Now that may sound funny, but Disney is, the same people that were charging money for that DVD set and all that, which I still wouldn't pay $1,500 for that. That's a freaking expensive. But the fact that they're freaking charging $100K, that's $100,000, by the way, for freaking probably, I think it's like one night on a freaking cruise ship. That is freaking ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And remember they did the same thing also with the freaking Star Wars hotel that is now freaking gone because no one was freaking buying it. I mean, some people were buying it, but a lot of people were not, and they were forced to sell it. So that tells you that they're really desperate for money and all that. They really want, that money from people, Mickey's really looking for some wallets, and all that, so he can snatch it from people, But the fact that, again, that they're paying, for, like I said, $100,000 for a freaking room, that is freaking outrageous. I don't even think people who are loaded with money would want to spend that much money on a freaking like a room for a freaking boat. I mean, maybe there might be some people, but I would say that'd be less likely. I can see more people probably buying, the DVD set or something like that. Which that by the way is a limited time only. I don't know if I mentioned that in that video, but it's a limited time only. This is actually not a limited time only. This is actually something you can do whenever you feel like it. But the fact that again that they want $100,000 for like but they want $100,000 for a freaking room at a ship. That's like expensive. That's freaking expensive. I mean, none of my family can afford that. None of my family can. I mean, I don't even think, like I said, people that are wealthy can afford that. I mean, other cruise ships, I believe, are like a few $100s or something like that. But the fact, again, that they're charging $100K for this, for a room and stuff, that's just ridiculous. That's definitely ridiculous and all that, But that's the thing, though. That's what Disney does. They like I said, they're really desperate for that money. They really need that money, They really need that money for that, for their, parks and stuff like that, But I mean, the fact that, again, like, you're already charging money to, fly to Disney World or even drive, because depending on what you're doing, you're either driving or flying. And then you gotta pay to get into the hotel. You gotta pay, then you got the Genie Plus thing, too, and all that. You're probably gonna be spending, even more. You're probably gonna be spending about maybe about $150 K for that or something like that. Because honestly, actually, I don't know if it would be that much, but I think it's a couple $1,000s just to get to Disney World itself, and get into it, because you got to pay to get in and all that. So yeah, so the fact that again you're spending this much money on a hotel, on this ship and all that. Yeah, I ain't gonna pay for that. I ain't paying for that. I mean, I even hear some of the food can be expensive too. So you're also paying to get food in the ship and all that. You're paying for food and all that. And I think you even have to pay. You you have to pay to get on the ship too. So you're paying quite a bit of money. So I don't know. It may be about 100K that by the time you're done with this. Because you also have to pay money to get back home, depending on where you live and all that. I mean, some people I hear some people live in Disney World and all, because Disney World's got, houses and stuff. But even then, even then, you wouldn't want to spend this much money on this. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, though. I mean, I have one YouTuber that I'm subscribed to who lives in Disney World and all that, but like I said, I wouldn't want to spend this much money on that, But I don't know. But I don't really have much else to say about this. This is why I included this in this video, because I didn't have a lot to say about it. But I just wanted to point that out, because that tells you that Disney's learning nothing. They've learned nothing from the hotel and all that. They're still doing this. They're still making a lot of money and all that. They're still doing this stuff, I mean, we have Bob Iger back and all that. Bob Iger doesn't seem like he's doing jack shit to change any of the decisions that Disney's making. He seems like he's just doing whatever he feels like. I don't know. I actually want to talk about Bob Iger and Bob Chapek in a separate video, but that's going to be later down the road, because after this, I kind of want to take a break from talking about Disney, because personally, at this point, like I said, I'm kind of tired of talking about Disney and all that, but I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and just move on from this and talk about the last thing I want to talk about. Talking about probably the least important thing about this. It's still important, but least important thing, the bear situation. Now, we're going to talk about the bear. Apparently Disney World found a bear in their parks, so they shut down the park. I don't know if they shut down the whole park or part of the park, but they shut down, I know, at least most of the park, because there was they discovered a bear was around the park and all that, so they shut it down. Yeah. Now, I get bears can be very aggressive creatures. They can be very aggressive and all that. They can be very aggressive creatures. Like, you do not want to get in a fight with a bear, because bears can be, very aggressive, unless you have a gun, because they're very strong creatures. But the fact they had they had to close the whole parks down and kind of ruin people's trips and all that, that kind of sucks. I mean, like I said, I know they're trying to protect people. I mean, I'm glad they're at least doing something right here. They're trying to protect people, but the thing is that I feel like they could have had someone take care of the bear situation or something and all that, because it sounds like there was only one bear they discovered, so they probably could have got the people to go somewhere safe and all that. Like, they could have maybe had them go somewhere safe to, so away from the bear and all that. I mean, I know there's a lot of people at Disney World and stuff, but Disney World also has a lot of, buildings and shelter and stuff, so I feel like they could have, taken these people safe, like, from the bear and all that, because, again, people are paying all this money just to get in the parks and do all this stuff. I'd hate to be one of those people that blows all this money and all that, and then has to cancel their trip because of a bear. And like I said, it's one bear they found. I don't think they found any more bears. They could have had people go into these buildings. They could have had they could have had, the cast members, they could have had them, look for any more signs of bears or something. I mean, the fact that, again, that they, people had to cancel their trips because of this, I mean, that kind of sucks, But again, I'm glad they're at least trying to, they're trying to, keep people safe and all that. Like, that's a good thing there, but, because again, you don't want to get in a fight with a bear, because bears will maul you to death. They literally will. But, I don't know, I feel like this is just kind of, the thing here, I don't know, I feel like, again, people are spending all this money on this stuff, and, like, again, and then a bear shows up, and they have to, cancel it. I mean, I can understand maybe if there's a hurricane or something. The hurricane I can understand. The hurricane can freaking destroy stuff, but like one single bear, I don't think that can destroy a lot of stuff. But I don't know. I mean, but again, I am at least grateful that at least the cast members are at least looking out for the guests. I do appreciate that, but I guess I feel bad for the guests that have to go there and spend all this money to get into the parks only for there to be a bear and have to cancel it, you know? I don't know, though. But I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. But like I said, I think this has happened before. I think people have found bears before and all that. But yeah, bears, though, like I said, they can be aggressive creatures. They can be very aggressive. But I mean, even pandas look cute, but they also can be very aggressive creatures. But I don't know. I gotta say, I do like pandas. I do like pandas. I'll say pandas do look cute. They do look cute, but even then, you don't want to mess with a panda either. But I don't know. But I don't know what to say here. But like I said, this is probably the least amount this is probably a threatening situation, but I thought this is, like, compared to the other stuff, I don't think it's as bad and all that, but I can say the ABC family probably isn't, a super bad thing either, but the fact that Disney, again, is desperate for money and all that, and instead of just selling off the whole thing or something, like, I don't think they should sell off Disney ABC family. I think they should sell off other properties they don't know how to operate, but they'd rather just sell that off. But, again, they should sell off the whole thing with that. That's kind of a bad situation for the company, because the company's losing money and really needs money to stay operating. But I don't know. I say the bear is definitely a serious situation too. But hopefully they took care of the bear and all. Hopefully maybe they took it to a zoo or something. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know if they could take a bear like that to a zoo. But they take care of the bear, or maybe they could have got rid of it or something. I don't know. I'm kind of hoping they didn't kill the bear, honestly, because like I said, I know bears are aggressive creatures, but I feel like they shouldn't kill the bear either, because he was, because I mean, again, it's just one bear. Maybe they could have tamed it. They could have put a dart in it or something, like, and then they could put it to sleep or something. I don't know, and then put it back in the wild. I don't know, instead of killing it. But I don't know. I don't know, but anywho, though, that's really all I have to say about this. I'm gonna go ahead and let things go from here. That's definitely a lot of Disney related stuff that's not very good and all that. I definitely think the 1K ship is definitely the worst of the Disney news stuff, but I could say the ABC family, the fact that, again, I really want some of this stuff to get sold off, and all that to get better. And like I said, it doesn't feel like it's really going anywhere right now. I feel like, again, that's probably the second that's probably the second worst. Like I said, the bear situation is not as bad because, it's bad for people who have to spend a lot of money to go in there, but it doesn't seem like anyone got hurt from the bear, so I feel like it's probably not as bad. But I don't know. That's just the way the world is with Disney and all that these days and all that. But I don't know. I'm just getting burned out talking about this stuff. I just wanted to bring up, because I'm talking about the ABC family and stuff. I wanted to bring that other stuff up too, But I don't know. But anywho, though, I'm probably gonna go ahead and let this go here. I guess you guys could tell me, guys, what you guys think about this. Also, have you guys ever been to a park with a bear or something in it? I'm really interested to hear. Anywho, see you guys later. Bye-bye.